Ooh, are we live already? That was quicker than I thought. It's always the same with these live streams. It always takes a minute to set them up, and then it's completely surprising whenever we are actually live. Right, this doesn't work with the mic. Hold on, I need to unplug the mic for a second. The cable was a little bit short. All right, can you still hear me? God damn it, this mic is ridiculous. I never know how to do it. Can you hear me all right? Can you comment, please, if this is the sound that you're hearing? Okay, fantastic. Nice. Cool. I just dropped everything that I wrote down. Hold on. Perfect. Tone is okay. Nice. Thanks, guys, for showing up for this live stream. I wanted to make this a regular thing. Hey, Caro. Hey, everybody. Hey. I wanted to make the whole live stream thing a regular monthly thing because it just helps me so much with my schedule. Producing the weekly videos is just sometimes it's just too much, and having 3 videos a month instead of 4 is such a huge help. And also, although these live streams are never crazy successful from an algorithm, must you stream F1 is about to start. Oh, is the Formula 1 back? I didn't even realize. I'm sorry, you can just put Formula 1 on mute. Anyways, those live streams are never good for the algorithm, but I feel that they're really good to get a connection with you guys just as much as the premieres. They are also great because I get to hang out with you. And I have to say, especially in these weird Corona situation, it's good to connect. It's really good to connect with you. And what I love the most is seeing you guys talk to each other. Custom diamond painting is to see you guys talk to each other in the comments, and the whole sense of community. It's really nice to have that because we're all in the same boat. It's difficult for all of us to, make connections. Usually the summers, and especially this time right now, is where I have the craziest schedule and I'm traveling so much. And I have to say I was a little bit tired of it and exhausted because it's exhausting, although I know that I'm crazy privileged to get to do that. But last year, and especially the 2 years before, like the last 3 years have been insane. My passport is insane. So I was a little bit tired of it, but now that it's gone and now that I haven't traveled for 6 months, I am ready to go back to hanging out with you, to seeing you guys on fairs and on other events, and make us central, and the camping thing at Jimmy's. Man, I miss that. Have you given up on the horse trailer? No, I haven't. The damn horse trailer. I say this with every project, and I think it's my way to corner myself into big projects, is that I never think about how much work it actually is. Same thing with the horse trailer. I thought it would be like 5 videos. And now I've been at it for, 8 weeks or something. I am so ready to finish this. I am ready to get back to it. The problem is the weather sucked in Germany. It was raining so much. So I don't want to work in the rain. It's up to me. So I'd rather the last couple of weeks I focused on other stuff just to avoid traveling outside. Working outside. I'm in Germany. Somebody asked. I'm in Germany. So I need to finish this. It's non-alcoholic beer, I promise, even though the label is gone. I had it in a cooler in water outside. It's non-alcoholic beer, and I need to finish this. I don't want to let it go to waste. That's one beautiful thing about living in Germany. We have crazy good non-alcoholic beer. The Garden is fantastic. That's where I've been before. It is so nice. It's so nice. Suspicious. Digital fabrication. I see you. Oh, cool. The iron. Yeah, the iron. There was a good video that was, it's no beer. It is beer. It's brewed. It just doesn't have alcohol in it, which sometimes is good because I like to ride my motorcycle. And if I drink a beer in the middle of the day, then it's done with motorcycle for the rest of the day. So I'd rather drink an alcohol-free beer. The podcast. Hey, Phil, Uncle Phil. Mel and I decided to take a break from our podcast. For those of you who don't know, I have a podcast with my friend Melanie Rabe. She's a best-selling author here in Germany, thriller author, fantastic books. And we're doing a podcast for a little bit over a year now. But we decided to take a summer break. I think we took a summer break last year as well. I don't even remember. But yes, it's in German. So sorry for all of you non-German speakers. Why don't you give Leatherman knives? Well, because so giveaways on the Leatherman knives. The thing is, I actually just talked to Leatherman. I don't like to do discount codes because I think it's overdone marketing trick. But I will get some discount codes for you guys. Giveaways for the Leatherman, that's like a giveaway feels, it's usually done in a very exploitive way. That's why I don't like them too much. But I can update you on the 3 Leatherman that we sold for the Black Lives Matter movement. And there was close to 2,000 euros that we collected for 3 Leatherman. Thank you again, everybody who voted. And they finally arrived. We finally have the money on the PayPal account, and we will. Sorry, it's so distracting to read the comments. We will donate the money to the NAACP. Always mess up that on Monday. So that's an update on Leatherman. And the problem right now is that shipping to the US is crazy expensive and difficult. And no, I don't have a day job. I do YouTube full time. I would like to do more auctions, Leatherman auctions with my engraved ones. Hold on. I think I have. Those are 2 of my. Oh, it's probably mirrored, right? There's a horse riding by, which is weird. So that's one of my personal ones. My personal ones always have the X's. The other ones get a serial number. And that was actually the first one I did. This one is trashed. I completely destroyed it. I need to send it to Leatherman and replace it because the blade broke off. Not mirrored. Okay, perfect. Yes. Like this. Yeah, I want to do another auction, but it's just so complicated and so expensive to ship to the US. But I might do another one regardless. Right. Should we get to the questions? Hold on. I asked my Patreon supporters if they have anything that they want me to talk about. Boop, 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 boop. Recycling idea for a sale. Okay, so here are some video-related questions. Peaches quote, and what does it mean to you? Oh yeah, so the Peaches quote is, every defect gets respect. It's from a Peaches song. Always do favor, nice. And it's very straightforward. It means that every defect gets respect. That even, I mean, on a project base, you know, all the mistakes I make, it's all documenting my work. It's documenting my my lack of skill, which is definitely, I have more lack of skill than I have skill. And appreciating the mistakes you make is good. I think it's very healthy, and it helps you to get over those fails. So respecting your lags and respecting the defects and the fails that you make is a good way to let yourself off the hook and be okay with failing. And that way you are more adventurous and you dare more things, I think. And I have just plastered this Peaches poster. That was from a festival. It was actually a literature festival. I don't know, maybe 9 years ago? 9 years ago. And it was weird because I have seen her a couple times. The first time I saw Peaches was actually, she opened for Marilyn Manson 2002, I think. So we went to the show and didn't know who was opening. We didn't know who Peaches was. And then we were just, yes, that's how we reacted. Jesus. We were just blown away. Right. So what was I talking about? About Peaches, right? Oh yeah, okay. So then I saw her a couple more times. Ashley, hey. Hold on, I need to make Ashley, how do I do this? Oh, yes. So Ashley is now a moderator and she can ban you. So be nice to Ashley. Again, I forgot what I was talking about Peaches. Why? I can't remember. Why did I talk about Peaches? Oh, right. Use your power wisely. You know what? I'm rambling about Peaches. I wanted to answer your questions. Bottom line is, Peaches is fantastic. Check out her work. I will answer your questions now and stop rambling about Peaches. All right. You are filming in 4K. Do you edit in 4K as well? I think so. I'm not sure. Do you downscale the footage or work with proxies? I don't think so. I don't know. Oh, Marielle is here as well. Yes, no, there is no alcohol, maybe. I'm just a little bit silly today. So I shoot in 4K. It's in a ProRes codec. That's all I know about it. I don't know anything else about the technical stuff. I'm really sorry. I just started editing and shooting in 4K because I bought this monitor. Oh, hold on, try not to destroy my shop. I bought this monitor because I had problems with my Sigma FP camera. It stopped recording, and that was because the card I put into it was too slow. I needed a faster and bigger card, so I bought this monitor, which has an SSD card. And that means I can now record right with the monitor onto the card. Which, hey Andy, which now helps my camera not to stop recording because I'm recording on this one. And I can also shoot in 4K, and it happened accidentally. And once I started it, I thought, I might as well go with it. It has some downsides. It takes so much longer to export and to edit and blah, blah, blah. At what point in making YouTube videos were you able to make them full-time? I quit my job before I started making YouTube videos. So I was basically full-time right out of the gate. I was self-employed and I really liked YouTube. I was consuming a lot of YouTube and I thought, well, I should just make a video and see where this goes. Yep, so I made the first video and then I thought, okay, maybe I can make a video every month. And then I realized, every month will probably not get me anywhere. And I also like this so much that I want to do this all the time. So these YouTube live videos, oh good, that's good to know. And that's why I just said to myself, I will give myself, I think it was 6 months. I had some money saved up and I gave myself 6 months to see if this works or not. And then it ended up working, thank God. So that's why I do it full time. Right, okay, more questions from Daniel. It's so hard to get the questions, hold on. Do you plan on doing more videos where you talk through blah? Does just depend on the project? Yes, it depends on the project. And I think like the iron branding video was a perfect video for me to talk more, because the build part of it was actually very small. It was engraving the brass, showing different ways to engrave the brass, and then mounting it onto the iron. But I think the idea behind it, the concept, was very interesting, and I was actually, ooh, thanks from Russia, Russia, sorry. The idea was actually very entertaining. I had the idea Sunday night, and I was so excited that I couldn't go to sleep, because I was wondering, like, does it work? Does it work? And I wrote my friend M. He's an electrician, and I wrote him like, will an iron get hot enough? And I was just so excited. So for this video, I wanted to capture the curiosity, and that's why I recorded myself trying it on leather, trying it on all these different materials, just to have this excitement be the protagonist of the story, so to speak. Usually the project itself is the protagonist. It's never me, it's never my skill, it's always the idea. And in this case, I thought it would be cool to try to capture the excitement. So yes, it's project-based. Whether I like to talk or not. Well, I actually never like to talk, to be honest. I never like it. But yeah, sometimes it's necessary, and I also want to get better at this. I said it a million times, the good stuff happens outside of your comfort zone, so that's what I'm trying to do when I'm talking to camera. I like my non-verbal videos better, because I don't like to talk to camera, but I think sometimes it's the better idea to give a little bit more information. Well, okay, now back to answering some questions. Are you planning on releasing a self-developed product like Simone's calendar? Am I planning? I mean, I would love to, and I have a couple ideas. There's actually one thing, it's probably not a product that I'm working on that might come out in a year, you know, but it's very difficult to talk about. Because it might not work out, and then people are disappointed, and I am disappointed, so I'm just not talking about it. A product, I mean, sometimes I think it would be super cool, and there are definitely things that I want to see come to life. That's one thing. I mean, making videos is a lot of work for all of you who are doing it or tried it or, you know, played around with it. There's so much stuff that I want to do, and I just don't have the time. So even little things like making this wonderful poster of Smudo, I have to show it again. All these things take time, and they also take like creative capacity. So it is, yeah, and it's not unlimited. It's like a forest, right? If you take too many trees, the forest will be destroyed. And I think it's the same thing with creative energy and creative capacity. If you overwhelm yourself, or if you drain all your energy on too many different projects, chances are that your, oh my God, creative forest, I sound like, I sound too esoteric, I'm sorry. But this forest will be damaged, and it will take longer to grow back. So it's good to be sustainable with the creative energy, I think. So videos is my happiness, and that sounds very egoistic or very self-focused, but my happiness is always my priority, because that's the only way that I can produce anything, is when I'm happy, when I'm excited, when I am curious and, you know, passionate. So that's priority number one. Then comes the videos, and then comes everything that I have time for. And I recently, well, that's actually a good segue. I recently spent some energy in photography. I used to take a lot of pictures. Or photos. That's actually what got me into camera work. So after school, I got a job. After school or during school, I took a lot of pictures. I was super into photography. Then I thought maybe I could be a camera woman, blah, 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 an editor, all these things. And then that got me eventually, after years and years, to making YouTube videos. So the last couple weeks, I picked up my old camera again. Whoever follows me on Instagram probably saw a couple clips of me developing old films that I haven't seen in years. I didn't even know what it was. So now I chose a couple, well, it's actually 2 illustrations, 1 and 4 images, and I made postcards with that. It just makes like, ooh, nice. Somebody is developing some photos while we are streaming. That's nice. Actually, my brother promised me for my next birthday, he would give me what I need to develop my negatives again. And I would love to just go out and buy that stuff because I'm so excited. But he wants to give it to me as a present and I don't want to ruin that. I used to develop my own negatives when I was in design school, and it's just so satisfying. And so quick, it's quick. And then if you have a good scanner, you can just scan your photos, blah, 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 rambling again. So I want to show you something for my Patreon supporters. I think you're all familiar with Patreon. I actually discovered Patreon because I listened to the Making It podcast, which you should all listen to because it's fantastic. And that podcast literally changed my life. Listening to Jimmy, Dave, and Bob talking about their day-to-day work on YouTube. I didn't even know it was possible. That was before I made videos. So listening to their podcast encouraged me to make my own videos. So I wanted to give back to them because they absolutely changed my life. And they always said that they are on Patreon. I didn't know what it was. So I looked it up and I supported them monthly. And I really like the system because, you know, in this social media world that we live in, we have one really cool thing that no generation had before us, and that it is very easy to choose our own. Can somebody link the Making It podcast, please? Somebody is asking for it. I don't want him to or her to miss the link, and I can't link because I'm streaming on my iPad. Either way, it's very easy for us to find our own heroes, if that makes sense. So when I was younger, back in the 90s, there's music outside. Why is there music outside? Is there a party outside without me? Either way, when I was younger in the 90s, the heroes you could pick from were in the mainstream media, and even those heroes that were for the alternative people, you know, those were marketed as the alternative. Oh, thank you so much, Kim. Thank you. Those were marketed to be the heroes for the alternative kids, you know what I mean? So now Smudo is barking. I think they're having a party without me. Either way. So it's a big advantage that we have access to so many people's creative work, to so many people's thoughts, and it's not limited by what other people think would work on TV, on radio, as a record, as a movie, as a show, whatever that is. So I, as a younger person, would have loved to watch Jimmy build stuff. That would have changed my... Oh, thank you. Say hi to your 9-year-old daughter, Hector. That would have completely changed my life earlier. You know what I mean? So that's why I think it's very important to give back, because working in a media that is not... Oh, guys, you are generous today. Thank you. Working in a niche or niche, I never know how to pronounce it, that is not set out to be mainstream is very, very difficult. And I think it's super important because it's unfiltered, right? There's nobody that tells you this will not work, not enough people will be interested in this. We can just do whatever we want. And it's very, very important that if you which one did I say was niche? Niche? Niche is right? Okay. If you find somebody on the internet whose music you like, whose paintings you like, whose thoughts you like, all of these things, give back. And if you are a creator that puts their heart and soul and all the energy into work and then makes it available for free, so other people can get inspired, so other people can, you know, yeah, see you as a role model. Role model is so big, but it is a role model. Then go on Patreon and let people support you. You know what I mean? I think it's a very good system because it's, yeah, I don't know. I swear it's non-alcoholic beer, but I'm very, I don't know, I'm very esoteric today. But I think it's very important either way. So I was thinking about my Patreon supporters lately a lot because produce content on the internet makes me so, yep, it is revolutionary, absolutely. I've been thinking about my Patreon supporters a lot because I was really surprised when the whole Corona pandemic started. I thought like, oh man, everybody is hit by this. So this is probably the first thing that is going to go away as an income for me, understandably, because it affects everybody, right? Over the last couple months, a lot of people had to go, and I totally understand that. And I think I am the first one that they should skip. Because it's cool, you know, I totally understand, and I don't want anybody's money that doesn't have, you know what I mean. I'm making this super weird. But I was surprised that a lot of people, you know, stuck around, and I had a lot of new supporters. So I was thinking about a way to give back to them, about a way that is, I don't know. Either way, I made postcards. I made postcards. So there will be a new tier soon. I don't know the ins and outs yet, but I will in that tier I will send you a postcard every 2 months. So it's an ongoing thing, and I haven't decided on the order, and I will not going to post about this because I kind of want this to be a secret, I think. But I will show you all the postcards now. So this is every 2 months I will ship out a postcard, and that's one that is from the little sketch from my trailer. Hold on, how do I do this? Ooh, thank you so much. Thank you. Right, that's one. That's a photo that I found of baby Smudo. My God, my fingernails look disgusting. I think he was maybe 7 months or something. I found the film. It was never developed, and I developed it, and it had this photo on it. Oh, it's so cool. And then that's a photo I took a couple weeks ago from my shop. I shot a whole film just in my shop just to document the current state. And Caro, do you see that? There's your sticker on it. And that's the one that I posted. Hold on. That's this one. Oop. Yes. And the last one, I think that's the prettiest picture. That's Smudo sleeping next to the horse trailer. My shop smells weird. I think something died here. Maybe Smudo found a mouse and hid it somewhere. I don't know. We have to look for that later. Yes, so that's my favorite postcard. I think I want to print some posters of that as well. I think that's it. Oh no, this one. This one is really cool. When was that? 3 years ago or 2 years ago? I made a quicker sticker challenge with Brad from Skull and Spade. And that's a sticker that I designed, but it never worked. I actually printed this one, I don't know, I think 1,000 times. The idea is, I am not prepared, but the idea is that you can make your own message with this, right? So you can just black out all the parts, and then you can spell your own your own message. So yes, does it make sense? I wish I had there must be a Sharpie here somewhere. Hold on, okay. I'll look for a Sharpie because this is really cool. Whoop, tangled up in all my cords. Okay, the last one. Okay, hold on. We need to activate it. What should I write? And how can you see that? Okay, let's just be super uncreative and write Livestream. I'll try to do it like this. All the cords in the way. Okay. So see, you can just black out all the stuff that you don't need. Hold on, how do we do this? Like this. Livestream doesn't even fit. That was a bad word. We have to spell it into. Oh, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean, right? Let's write Smootho. Okay. I wish you guys had a mic, and now you could take over. And oh, I almost messed it up. The M is interesting. Smooth. And we finally cleared up how to spell Smootho. I always get, the D has to be different. How is the D? Like this, okay. I almost made it like the O. Yep. Okay. Oops, sorry, you didn't. I didn't check the camera. I didn't know you couldn't see anymore. I'm sorry. Oh, my eyes is tearing. Okay, hold on. Let's just black out this. Right? Know what I mean? Live Smootho. So this is cool, I think. I love this postcard. I'm actually thinking about turning this into a poster as well, because how did that happen? Because I think it's cool, because it's what's the word? Imagine there are 50 people having a poster like this hanging in their shop, but it all says something different. It's all like a saying, you know, well, each has its own, his or hers own mantra or inspiration or whatever. Laura Shane? Who's watching the L Word? All right, so those will be a new tier on Patreon. Yes, I love this. I think I will turn this into a poster. Should I, you know what, you guys can help me with this. Should I make this available as well on my shop? Do you want Smootho posters? I just love, oh Shane. I just love posters so much right now, and I don't know why I ever stopped loving them, because I remember as a kid and as a teenager, I was so excited about posters. I was a big Ace of Base fan, and I had my room plastered with Ace of Base posters. And then later, I had a big crush on Winona Ryder, so I had a lot of Winona Ryder posters. And then eventually, those posters turned into movie posters, and then concert posters. And then I kind of stopped, and I don't know why, because posters are fantastic, especially for a workshop. I think posters are like the merch. Laura Bravo started, yeah. Posters are like the merch for your shop. And as I posted this big Smootho poster yesterday, I thought I have to go back to being excited about posters because it's so cool. And it's just like a sticker, only way bigger. And we all know how cool it is to have a sticker that is very, very precious to us. And then the decision, where do I put it? And then actually stick in, hey Mopmaster, hey Axel. And then actually taking the sticker and sticking it to something. That is commitment, that is fantastic. And in hindsight, I think it's really cool because you usually combine two things that you are excited about. You don't put stickers on something that you don't like, right? So I don't know, like I have this, I can actually go there. I've had this, I can't point without dropping the iPad. I had this for years. Ever since I got into making stuff. And the stickers on there are related to the time that I had this or that I got this. Same thing with the bandsaw, right? All these stickers, it's all like YouTube creators and other people that I met. So it's kind of like a curation, you know, all my maker stickers would of course go on the bandsaw, that's the way it is. And then you have other stuff that you put on your car, and you have other stuff that you put on your stereo or whatever. I think it's really cool, it takes commitment. And the poster is just a bigger sticker, essentially. Jesus Christ. I've answered 2 questions and we've been going for 35 minutes. All right, cool. Yes. You know what? I will produce those 2 posters then. Maybe I will produce 2. The Smudo poster where he lies next to the. I don't have stickers on my table saw. I don't know. I should have stickers on my table saw. You're completely right. There is no reason not to have stickers on anything. Maybe posters. Maybe I will put a poster on my table saw. Yes, I will produce 3 posters. The one with Smudo lying next to the horse box, the one with majestic Smudo and his coffee cup. Have you seen the little coffee cup? I think it's so cool. He looks like a Bademeister. I don't know the word in English, but it's the guy that sits next to the pool and makes sure nobody drowns. I think he looks like a Bademeister. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so that poster, and the one where you can, lifeguard, yes, he looks like a lifeguard. Oh yeah, that's so funny. Hold on, can you see it? Do you see how he looks like a lifeguard? That's so cool. David Smudohoff, I love it. Okay, and the third poster will be the one with the cross of things, so you can have your own message in your shop, and it should say Smudo Hasselhoff, 100%. Cool. Next questions. How do you deal with the flood of messages? Well, I read them all. I don't answer them all. It's too much. Do you read comments on your older videos? I read them all. I rarely answer them unless there's something new. Sell the posters as a big JPEG file. Yes, 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 yes. To that point, I will, in September, that's another thing that took a lot of creative capacity, I think. In September, I will rearrange my merch as well. So it will be, I will make this super short because not everybody's interested in it, but we will have another run of the Makers Love Equality shirt. By the way, I am not making profit on those. I had surprisingly only 1 comment, but there was one person like, you're making profit on a movement. No, I'm not making profit on these. Those are fair shirts with 4 screen prints on them, with ecological paint. We are shipping with a carbon offset. We are shipping without plastic. It is produced in Germany with fair loans. It is as fair and as ecological as it gets. And the shirt costs 20 euros, right? So no, there is no profit in this. But yeah, as a future thing, I think, and that I tested that with the Makers Love Equality thing, I will always have a logo shirt that is that is cheap, that basically costs around 20 euros. All is fair, all is ecological, plastic free, as much as we can. It's very, very, very important to me. And then I will always have one exclusive shirt that will only be produced like 100 times or something. And that shirt will be more expensive because I need something to turn a profit on. Otherwise, merch is very risky business. Because I pay for the shirts, right? If I produce 100 of the Makers shirts, especially with this one, because there's no profit in it, I have to sell 100%. Otherwise, I pay money for it. So there will always be the logo shirt for 20 euros or something about that. And then there will be a more exclusive shirt that is very limited, and it will also have a patch like this, like these. Can you see? I'm trying not to undress here. Like this, and it will have a number on the back. So all the shirts will have their own serial numbers, and it comes with a free download. Or you can just buy the design as a digital file for, I don't know, like $2 to $5 and print the shirts yourself. That way you can print on shirts that you already have. We don't have to produce new clothes, even though they are very, very ecological, as I said, as much as we can. You don't have to pay shipping. You don't have to pay the more expensive price because the exclusive ones will be more expensive. That will be the new merch line. It's a really good idea to do that for the posters as well. A long way to say that. Cool. Let's get back to answering some questions. You need to get paid for your time. Yeah, that's I know. I suck at making money, guys. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's really hard. Everybody who makes stuff and is responsible of making their own prices and making sure they get money and all these things, it's very difficult to make people pay for shit, you know? And especially as a creative person, it's never like money is the one thing that doesn't interest me at all. I would also like to understand how good Patreon is for the creative. Well, yeah, it's very good. I just talked about it. Yeah. I'm not interested in money, but of course I want to keep this going. Of course, I never want to go back to a real job. I want this to be my thing, you know. I want to keep this going, so I have to take care of money. But good thing I have fantastic sponsors, you know, Leatherman, Festool, Faird, Isotunes, Skillshare works with me every now and then, so that's good. That's good. Getting paid for creativity is the hardest part of, yes. Getting paid for creative, yeah, that's it. Because people who are not in the creative field sometimes don't understand the thing about the creative forest that I just talked about, right? So if it's so easy for me to take one good picture, you know, I could do it again and again and again and again. I could do it for them, I could do it for free. And that's not how it works, because eventually you will, whatever. This is a topic that we should talk about in a panel talk. We should do a panel talk about that with other artists that have the same issues, maybe with some people who are just starting, maybe with somebody who gave up in air quotes. That would be interesting. I would love to join that panel. So let me finish my non-alcoholic beer. How come you... my English, I don't know if it's good, but I am okay with speaking English, I guess, because I was always into movies when I was a kid, and I always wanted to see them in the way they were intended to see. And in Germany, we have this horrible dubbed... Hold on, I think I'm missing something. Be yourself, finding a problem, way to continue. Yes. In Germany, we have these horrible dubbed... thank you, guys. Thank you for sending cash. Simone on the panel. I miss Simone so much. She was supposed to be here. We wanted to have a project this year. She wanted to come over. Oh, who's coming? Hi. So, my girlfriend just came in. Want to say hi?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, and Smudo. Smudo, where's the mouse? Wo ist das Mäuschen? Wo ist das Mäuschen? Uh-oh, I think he really... I had the suspicion that he had a dead mouse somewhere here. Wo ist das Mäuschen? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, guys. Now we know. Now we know for sure. Oh my God. Müssen wir los? 10 more minutes.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, okay, so we wanted to do a moped trip today. 10 more minutes. Right, okay, let's get back to answering some questions. Guys, I love these live streams. Do you have an assistant in the shop? No, I don't have an assistant in the shop. Ellen works with me. But she usually works on her own projects, but she helps me with stuff like putting up this light and the other lights in the shop. Oops, cable management. So, yeah. Ellen! Yes, trying to bring it to him with. Okay, let's get back to Patreon questions. Okay, hold on. It's so hard to read on two things. I'm always considering that idea. Blum, blum, blum. Okay, I have a question. This is from Philip. I have a question about your shop situation. Seeing how much love and work you put into making the new shop your own and seeing how much potential it has, I always wonder whether you fear losing the place again or whether this time you have a guaranteed rent such that you can't be kicked out anymore. For me personally, my heart would be broken if I put so much work into a place and then would be forced to give it up again. For some people, that's not a problem at all, blah, blah. Okay, great question, and I think that's cool. That's a cool topic to talk about because I have been kicked out of 7 shops, maybe? And it's not because of me, it was never my fault. No, it was usually because I was in Cologne, and Cologne, oh, thank you, Keith. Thank you. Cologne is a city that is getting very, very expensive, very, very expensive. And with pretty much every other city, the space, all the available space will be used to build more apartments. And that is unfortunate for a lot of shop space, like old warehouses, free spaces. Who is the lady is my girlfriend, Nora. And the shops that I could afford were usually, broken places that are not in good shape. And that's why I usually got kicked out of them because I would go rent them for a year or two and then the owner would decide to sell it and then they would tear down the building and build more apartments. That's how it was 90% of the time. One shop I left by myself because I found a better one, but all the other shops I was kicked out of. And I was finally fed up with this and said, enough is enough. I am not willing to spend more money on real estate because, you can have a shop that you're not getting kicked out of, but you will have to pay like 3,000 to 5,000 euros for that per month. And that is too much pressure. Again, like that is pressure on your creative forest, guys. I will make this into a hashtag. Don't pressure your creative forest. It's too much. If you have to come up with that much money and that is just the rent. I need a car, I need a phone, I need materials, I need tools, I want to live, I want to eat pizza, I want to go to the movies, all these things. It's too much. So I decided to leave the city. And that's why I came here. And now, yes, I have lost a lot of shops. Save your creative force. So good. Oh, guys, we should do this every month. We should do this every month. Yes. To your question, if I'm scared to lose this shop, yes and no. It would be heartbreaking, of course, because I love it, especially the outside area. I'm working on getting a third container that I might turn into something very, very exciting. I will talk about that when it's a little bit more concrete. But I have a cool plan for it. I would be very sad to leave this place, but I also learned. Oh, thanks, Uncle Phil. Sendung mit der Maus. Nice. If I ever see you in person, I will give you a Sendung mit der Maus sticker. Very precious stickers. Save your creative forests. Ridiculous. But I also learned from being kicked out of my shop so much is it's not really the real estate. It's my junk that makes the place cool. And I can bring all of that stuff with me, and I think I could rebuild this from scratch if I had to, even if I couldn't bring my junk. So yeah, my shop is 200 square meters, is the ground level where my tools are, where my shop is. Then I have another area on top of that, like the second level, and that's my studio, where I have a kitchen, where I have a studio where we shoot the TV stuff. And then I have roughly another 200 square meters outside where my containers are. But the surround, like there's so much space here, it's incredible. No, I'm homeless. No, I live in my shop. I have an apartment with my girlfriend in Cologne. I go back and forth between those two things. It really is a dream shop, but is that the tape thing I made with Adam in the background? Yep, it is. Unbehagen, hey, what's up? So back to the topic, and I think it's good to realize that you don't depend on real estate or on buildings. Even though this is freaking fantastic, I could rebuild this anytime, because this is just a vessel for me being me. You know what I mean? It's just the stuff that makes this feel like home is the opportunity it gives me, and pretty much any vessel would give me the opportunity. I have different. There are different advantages. The shops in the city were fantastic because I could go out and eat and get a lot of greenhouses. A good topic. Might be related to my next container. Endpunkt. Yes, I want to stay here as well. But it's just, being in the city, there's a lot more inspiration. I could take a break in the middle of the day and go see a movie, which I love to do. It always made me feel like a rock star to go see a movie in the middle of the day. Yeah, I have now raised garden beds. I never knew I was into gardening. Endpunkt gave me some tomato plants, and all of a sudden I'm overgrown with tomatoes and pumpkins and zucchinis and all these things. I never knew. So being open to the opportunities that the current shop offers is great. But I'm not restricted to it, Container farm. I would love that. Okay, I can hear Nora outside. I think she really wants to go on a moped ride with me. I enjoyed this so much. We really need to do this more often. I think it would be so cool if, or maybe YouTube has that, write it in the comments. I think it would be so cool if I could show you videos, we could talk about stuff, so I could do like a live voiceover version and give you more infos, all these things. Is that possible? I still smell it. Okay, I will do one more thing. Should we do this live? Probably not. Should we do this live? Should we take a look? Let me know. Should we take a look if there's a mouse under my dust collection? Yes or no? Guys, you need to be quicker. Okay, I'll do it. Yes. Okay, let's do it. Can I flip the camera? Oh man, this is such a bad idea. No, there's nothing. How do I flip it? Oh man, that would have been so bad if there was a dead animal. Okay, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. Does the mouse have its own? I wish I had a couple mice working for me. Oh, I have to show you something else. Hold on. Need to flip the camera again. So this is what I like about living on the countryside. Do you see that? There are sheep passing my shop. Look at that. I love it. So good. Ooh, okay, guys, I need to go ride my moped. Okay, I will show you one more thing. Hold on, flip the camera again. I welded this old bike saddle onto my moped, and I love it. Oh, yeah, it's really cool. So that's my little moped that I'm riding right now. And Nora has one too. And we're now taking advantage of the beautiful weather and riding the motorcycle. Say goodbye to lifeguard Smudo, Bademeister Smudo. Okay, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I enjoy these live streams. Let's do it again next month. Okay. Bye. How do I end this? It's always so awkward when I don't know how to end these.